cheers. Welcome, everybody, to the Tech Brew Podcast, the podcast where we blend today's world of technology with the aroma of coffee or any caffeinated beverage, plus a deep dive into latest tech trends, thought-provoking discussions, and headlines. My name is Cam, and as always, I'm with my co-host, Emoticon Trash, E.T. Evan, the Evmeister, whatever you want to call him. That one dude. That one nerd. Yeah. Today we are going to be talking about a little more of entertainment than technology, but we're going to be talking about Spider-Man 2, the original Spider-Man 2 for the PS2 and Xbox 360 or just Xbox, I can't remember. The Tobey Maguire era of Spider-Man. We're going to talk about behind the scenes footage of that and like the technology behind it, because it is regarded as one of the best Spider-Man games in the world. Mm-hmm. At least like mechanic wise. Yeah. Storyline wise, it kind of suffered. But
hence why the colors in the room are red and blue.
Like Spider-Man.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Get us started.
So, I know in our with our short recently, which I don't know if you noticed. I think it was like 505.
Yeah, 505 views.
Just still going up. That is nuts.
More views than every single one of our actual videos combined.
It's true.
I don't even have to confirm that. I just know.
Yeah. But so since you guys
like Spider-Man,
liked, and then we had so many views on that, but
we're gonna capitalize on it.
So yeah.
No, just kidding.
But I would say for me, Cam, and also by the way, Grayson's here, so forgot to mention.
Say hi, Grayson.
So
hello.
Our producer behind the scenes.
So
that is me.
That is him. I would say for all three of us, that was one of our favorite. I played it on the PlayStation as a kid.
Yeah, I had it on Xbox.
Yeah. Just obviously it's such a just classic for that. And funny, somebody mentioned in like a I think it was like some sort of magazine during that time when that game came out, and they viewed it as Spider-Man / GTA because with how like, much it
was Spider-Man's GTA essentially,
which and Rockstar at that time was like kind of starting at that point with some of the games they had, like just way before obviously GTA 6 and just all the other ones. But and
because I think during Spider-Man 2 was GTA 3, 2 or 3.
Yep.
So like GTA wasn't like it was popular, but
I think it was out for maybe a year, couple months around that.
For the third one anyway.
So
I don't think GTA really became GTA like synonymous with that name until like Vice City, which was I think 4, or maybe they had Vice City in 4. I can't remember, but yeah, GTA 3 was like, oh, cool game. But now you say GTA and people have memories of like Vice City and everything.
Yeah.
And 5, and hopefully 6 at some point if they ever decide to actually release that.
But so I mean, since we're going to talk a little bit about 2, but just kind of backtrack with literally just forgot Treyarch,
yeah. Who now makes Call of Duty games.
Yeah, with Activision, and some developers they went and did Spider-Man 1, which I remember playing at first.
It sucked.
A lot of the mechanics were very just not good.
Is that the one where you had to stay on the rooftops?
That was the one on the rooftops.
I hated that one.
The one thing I liked about that game that Spider-Man 2 didn't have, and I would like see it in recurring dreams, like I can totally do this in this game, is you could do something called the yo-yo, where you would be on the ceiling and you would use a web and come down upside down, and you could like lower yourself.
Oh yeah.
And I really wished I could do that in the second game.
Yeah, because you were all
but the second game was way superior. The fighting was fun and creative, and you could like unlock and upgrade your fighting abilities. One ability I really liked is if you can get like a dude webbed up or whatever and you're near a light post, you could jump on that light post, web the dude, and tie him up, and he's hanging from the light post for the cops to come get him.
Yeah. That was really cool. Yeah. One of the funny things that I liked about Spider-Man 2 was for most of the characters, they had the cast from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man reprise their roles.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man was Tobey Maguire, MJ was Kirsten Dunst, Doc Ock was Alfred Molina. They I don't know why, but they didn't do good. Their voices were so bad. It's like, dude, you are professional actors. Like, granted, there's different voice acting.
For the time, the best in voice acting, I think, was like Halo, Ratchet and Clank.
And, Halo, yeah.
You know, at the time, storytelling was not the strong point of video games.
Yeah. And I guess it can be a little bit different because you're voice acting and your face is on camera, so you don't necessarily have to like emote because you're just hearing your voice.
The graphics totally weren't there yet.
And it depends on like the direction of the like the voice acting like manager or department. Like here's how I wanted you to deliver this line. Like I wanted you to act shocked or whatever. Because the movies were fine. I mean, granted, I never believed for 1 second that 35-year-old Tobey Maguire was a 17-year-old. Which what's funny, when I originally watched the movie, I thought he was a college student. I thought that was like, because I didn't know like the history of Spider-Man 2. I knew he was like a kid who got the powers, but I thought the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans were supposed to be him in college. Because I was like 2000, what came out 2002, 2003 when that movie came out.
2004, I think.
I would have been 7. Yeah,
somewhere around
I had no idea how high school or college worked. I don't know what it looked like. I thought that was like college, so I was like, oh, he's like 20.
Yeah,
because he looks 20 in the movie. He's like, oh, he's supposed to play a 15-year-old. Oh, okay, yeah, no, he does not.
Well, until Tom Holland came around.
Well, yeah, because Tom Holland is literally like 24.
Yeah, and so that was like, okay,
he's younger than me.
Now that fits. Yeah,
he looks 12 to me.
Yeah,
he kind of does have a baby face. But even Andrew Garfield looked a little older than he should have been. They should have made made those college age Peter Parker.
He looked like he was in college when he was carrying a skateboard around to high school.
I know. I was
like, dude, you should have graduated 3 years ago.
He's a super senior.
Move on.
Yeah, but so anyway, yeah. So with Treyarch,
back to the game.
They came back, obviously a couple years later. So it's like, all right, Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1 sucked. So they were openly just like I watched.
I'm so sorry.
I watched one like presentation of a developer for the first game, and when he came back, and it was just like them looking back on it, and they're like, okay, the swinging mechanics for the first one doesn't make sense. It's like the webs are just shooting up into the sky.
Right, you're on top of buildings the whole game. How are you?
Yeah, you're swinging from the sky. That's where your swinging webs went.
And for me as the player, what didn't really make sense was playing the first one, and I was like, okay, you're Spider-Man, but that doesn't make sense for when you're swinging, and you can only go a certain depth down to the street, and it's instant kill or something.
Wasn't it just like a foggy? Like, wasn't it just fog?
It was very like
you couldn't actually see the kind of.
It almost looked like very low poly.
You could see the street. It was very low poly, and there were cars.
Yeah.
But it's almost like a sky map projection or something.
Yeah.
Where, you would fall, let's say, 10 stories at most.
And then you would die.
And it would fade to black, and you go, ah!
Yeah.
And respawn on a roof, like, ow, that hurt.
And another thing about like the swinging too, compared to the Spider-Man 2 swinging, is like the swinging, like as Spider-Man was very just like, just very like straight. Yeah. There was no like, it was just.
Yeah.
And thankfully they changed that in Spider-Man 2.
So for basically the breakthrough in this, just how much of the developers, when coming up with Spider-Man 2 and like what they were wanting to do, they knew it was going to be like, this is going to be extremely difficult.
Yeah, it had to be a whole new rehaul of Spider-Man.
Yeah, one of the like bosses or something running the whole thing, he was just like, you know what? These people are all dedicated, so it's like, let's do it. It's going to be a tough challenge, but let's go ahead and do it. And sure enough, for generations to come,
it happened.
It's still one of like my favorite games.
Honestly,
I haven't played in a long time.
Talking about it, I'm gonna go home and play it tonight, and I'm probably gonna play Spider-Man 1 too, just so I can remember how bad it was.
You know what makes me mad?
Yeah, what's that?
So I understand that Sony, there's for the longest time, for the past like 10, 15 years, there's been exclusives. That the exclusivity of games from Sony, for PlayStation and Xbox has been a thing now, right? That game, when it first came out, it wasn't an exclusive because I had it on Xbox.
They didn't. They didn't have. Nobody had rights to just Marvel games.
Yeah. So I would like for that game to be on Game Pass because technically it was on the original Xbox.
They didn't port everything, and I don't know if it's a software issue.
Sony has like exclusive rights to Spider-Man. Every Spider-Man game now is exclusively on PlayStation.
Yeah, and they should totally port
Steam. Right. But that one, because that one wasn't originally an exclusive, they should allow that one.
Yeah.
And that one only, because it's the best one, on Xbox Game Pass. They'd be like, Xbox should be like, hey, listen, when this game came out, you guys didn't have the exclusive rights to it. Or if you did, you allowed it to be on Xbox. So we should, we should allow it to be on Xbox.
Or with a, remaster or something. That would be nice.
Yeah. But like I said, it really would be up to Sony to decide to remaster it because they own the rights to it. But
true.
Like I do want to play. Like I do like the new Spider-Man games. The newest one that just came out was Spider-Man 2. But it's like different story and everything.
Yeah,
those games are really great, and those games I do want to play, and those games make me wish that I had a PlayStation 5, but I'm not spending $700 on PlayStation 5. Nor am I going to buy another subscription because I already have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which they've changed the price, and now it's $20 a month.
Yeah,
for nothing new.
But for a team of 80 people working on that, and it was such a big thing, and the main purpose, obviously, starting fresh, and then with Spider-Man 2, I think obviously the movie coming out first, and then they were
because I remember I saw a different video than you did. Mine was had a little bit more interviews. I think they watched Spider-Man 2 all together as a team, and they're like, they came out of the theater like, oh, we gotta make this a lot better. They're like that movie was so like honestly they had to make it better than the first game.
They kind of hit the nail on the head for the time that the game came out.
Oh yeah, for like the
graphics. What year was it? 2005, 4?
4 or 5. Yeah.
It was before Halo 2.
Yeah, because the movie came out like 2001, I think, and then the game came out like 2003.
I think the first movie was like 2001.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because I remember,
you're right.
I think there was like some issue, like they filmed a bunch of stuff, and then 9/11 happened, and like, we can't destroy a building like that or something. I can't remember. I think there was something where 9/11 affected it, but I don't remember my point.
No, you're good.
Yeah. But yeah, they obviously were like, okay, well, we gotta just look back and learn from our mistakes, and just from the gaming community, with the first game, they're like, okay, it doesn't really make sense with the web swinging, the momentum, the
fighting mechanics.
What is it called? Like with swinging, like the laws of physics and such. And they were like, but so they just had to do a whole lot of research, because it was like, well, how are we going to make with the second game to fully do this, and then around pretty much like compared to GTA, but like one of the biggest maps to freely do whatever you want, which was crazy. And that was mind-blowing to me as first time playing that.
As soon as I beat enough missions, and I think I got up to the mission where you fight Rhino for the first time. I think that's when I just started going around and just killing random spawning bad guys and did pizza deliveries.
Yep.
And that's all I did. I just had too much fun listening to the soundtrack and swinging around.
Can you imagine, like, you order a pizza and you get it, and like pizza's like upside down, smushed together? Like, what? How did you do this while riding a bike? Like, I'm Spider-Man.
Would you pay extra if it was delivered by Spider-Man?
Knowingly, yes.
So
I would pay him to deliver to me. For the pizza.
But one cool thing about the swinging mechanic.
It was made by one guy.
It was made by one guy. That guy, like, 10 years after the game came out. So this is like 2015, 16. I might have been looking at this. He made his own game. I don't know if it ever released. It's on Steam.
I think it did.
It's called Hookshot.
Yeah.
Or like Energy Hook.
Energy Hook.
And you had like a jetpack,
Yep.
and you could swing and then boost yourself.
Yeah, and it uses the same.
I never played it, but I always wanted it. It's on my list still.
He did a what's it called?
He did a playthrough.
Like playthrough.
The new Spider-Man.
Oh, so he did like a fundraiser kind of thing.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah, it was a Kickstarter or something.
Yeah, Kickstarter. And then, but yeah, I heard like the reviews were not good at all.
It looked like a game that doesn't have any story and it's all mechanic.
It's more
which
like
I played a lot of those.
It's more like a technical diagram of like
it
really just showcases what he developed.
Think about this.
It's just more of a technical diagram.
Let's say you're the guy that made the swinging mechanic for Spider-Man 2. And then you went on, lived your life or whatever. And then let's say, Sony has acquired the rights to Marvel games.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. Spider-Man. Spider-Man's separate for some reason.
Yeah.
And they want to make a Spider-Man game. And you still have all the knowledge from making it the first time. And you decide to make a demo for a game, a proof of concept. And I don't know if they hired him again to work on the new Spider-Man games, but they used the same swinging mechanic from Spider-Man 2.
He basically gave them essentially the physics engine that...
They didn't pay him?
Well, no. They paid him when he was an employee. But what he developed for Spider-Man 2 was... It's still the technique and the physics engine that they use for the other Spider-Man games.
Intellectual
Because that's not really something that you can like kind of restrict to just you.
You like can if you have a contract,
right? But he was an actual like Sony developer, Treyarch employee, and so it'd be kind of weird and not really easy to get copyright restrictions for just like your portion. Like I made this Spider-Man suit. I made the green and red Spider-Man suit as like a DLC. So I'm gonna take that with me when I leave Treyarch. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've used the exact same method and essentially the same physics engine for all of the Spider-Man games since that Spider-Man 2. Because he figured out how to do it, and they're like, "Oh, that's genius. We're just gonna use it for..." Yeah. So every Spider-Man game, and they've built upon it, but the backbone of all of the new swinging Spider-Man games, which are all of them, they use the same method. Which, it's funny. Do you know what the physics engine is? Do you know how they do it? It's just ray tracing. That's all it is. He's just like, I'm gonna use ray tracing. No. Yeah, you're maxed out on by that.
We can't.
Yeah, we can't.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, you're maxed out on.
We couldn't hear you.
Yeah, you have to repeat.
Not on.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, tangents would make sense because if you're swinging from the radius of a circle,
right,
and then you jump and release from that, then it's just gravity taking over with your momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, because with with the game that he made and he did the Kickstarter for, like watching the gameplay of that, I'm like,
it's just
that's just Spider-Man. Yeah. Basically, just how it works and but yeah, obviously such a huge game and for all that kind of stuff. And
I'm genuinely surprised it hasn't been remastered.
I know.
Maybe it has. I didn't know, but I don't think it's been remade or remastered.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's like why don't you just do that? Why don't you remaster it?
Probably because the acting dialogue and the overall arcing story was kind of lacking. The physics and the beat 'em up were great, but the actual story was kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
And I learned this. They had several different versions of Spider-Man 2. They had it for the PS2. They had it for the 360. I think they even had it for other systems. Every game has a different story. So like the Xbox version, I don't remember fully, but they had like a different. They had Rhino, but they had like other characters.
I remember them
that were not.
I think there was stuff cut out of the PS3 version.
Yeah.
Or PS2, I mean. Because Xbox came out later with better hardware.
Yeah.
To try to, make it look like they're better than Sony, but Sony always outsold them.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll have to look it up, but they have between the PS2 and the 360 version, they have very similar story, But some of the main enemies, there's some that are in the PlayStation version that are not in the Xbox version, and vice versa. Like, I don't know if Rhino was in both. Maybe he was, but I know Mysterio was in it, and I don't know if
he
Mysterio
wasn't. Dude, Mysterio was like the best part.
Mysterio was in the Xbox version.
Was he in the PlayStation version?
I
didn't play the PlayStation.
Yeah, he was in the PlayStation version.
I just know. I have to look it up. I do know that there are differences between the two. There
I
are
might
some
go home
enemies
and
they
play
included.
this. I might go ahead and load this into my original Xbox.
Yeah, because from what I remember,
do you have it on Xbox? You have the original disc.
Original disc of
Spider-Man 2?
I believe both of them. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm all digital. I switched to digital because I don't have the space for discs. So I don't have access to Spider-Man 2 because it's not on Game Pass.
I still have the actual disc on PlayStation version.
Well, I guess I don't know what we're playing after we record this.
Boot it up. But yeah, I remember Mysterio being in there because you go to like some arena or something.
Yeah, that's
I love the arena levels.
And then you do that, and then you like beat him or whatever. Of course, Spider-Man with this snarky talking and puns.
Yeah.
And
like,
he gets he gets mad, but then Mysterio transforms into the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
And you have to swing over the water.
Wait, and you had to play it on PlayStation?
Yeah, I played it on PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I remember one where he's like in a movie theater.
Yeah.
And like the movie theater catches on fire and you have a little too short of a time limit to grab everybody, but like the way the running mechanics work is anytime your feet touch the seats of the theater, you'd like stop and fall and get stuck. Oh, it was a pain. And the time limit was just a little too short.
Like 2.5 minutes. Like,
yeah. But yeah, another thing too with I believe a Spider-Man game that came out in like probably late 80s, I think, an older game. And then when the Spider-Man, the first one came out, similarly, they kind of had the same fighting mechanics. So it was like 3 combo kind of moves. And so when Treyarch, when they came back, and then for Spider-Man 2, they were like, we gotta change that. Yeah.
And the original Spider-Man game, like the OG ever Spider-Man game, was one where it was like 8-bit and you just like climbed up like a single faced building and then enemies would like pop out of the window. I think that was Activision that made that, if I'm not mistaken, which I probably am. Because I don't think Sony had the rights to anything Spider-Man back then. They didn't get the rights really until like the Tobey Maguire movie, and then they pretty much have the rights to it anything after.
Yeah, but I mean, with the first Spider-Man game, you had some pretty cool like combos and things like that to do with your
everything was on buildings.
and with your abilities. But I mean, there was some where you go inside buildings and have to like lure around stealth wise sometimes.
I was watching a video. I forgot who it was, what channel it was, but they were doing like top 20 like worst games from like popular franchises, and like number 2, you're good. Number 2 on their list was a Spider-Man game. I can't remember the name of it, but the whole entire, it was like from 2011. The whole entire game took place in a single building. In one building. The whole game. The whole game was you going from the bottom level all the way to the top.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like 3D. I mean, it was like, it had fighting mechanics, and it was like you could walk around or go on the ceiling, and you had like enemies on every level. It wasn't like Spider-Man Ultimate, but it was Spider-Man something. It was more of like it had more of like a comic booky name, like Spider-Man like Ultimate Warrior or whatever. I can't remember the actual name of it. Yeah. Probably doesn't have Ultimate in it at all. But yeah, and they showed like little snippets of that game. I'm like, that game looks like crap. I'll have to put it in the text and the edit thing. Yeah, because I have to edit this one.
Spider-Man 2 still holds up to a lot.
Yes,
and just and they
need to remaster it.
They do need to remaster it, and for some of the more recent ones, like the more recent Spider-Man 2 or the Spider-Man like Miles Morales games, I've heard some some people say, yeah, it still kind of has like the traditional swing things. Some people say, you know, I'd rather prefer, you know, the old school Spider-Man 2 or, you know, kind of thing.
I will say the opening, I don't know if you've seen the opening sequence to Spider-Man 2, the new Spider-Man 2 that came out earlier this year or last year. The opening sequence to that movie was pretty solid, to that game, excuse me. Because at that point, because they had Spider-Man 1, the newer Spider-Man 1, and then they had Spider-Man Miles Morales, which was like a small story, and then they had Spider-Man 2, which Spider-Man 2, you could play as Peter Parker and Miles Morales for the campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Peter was Miles Morales' teacher, like school teacher, and they did not know, you know, they knew each other as they knew they were the Spider-Mans, but, you know, they didn't know they were Spider-Mans. But the opening sequence to that, like Miles is in school and Peter's like the teacher, like first day, and he's like, oh, Mr. Miles like trying to act like he doesn't know this person that he's fought crime with. And then I can't remember. Oh yeah, Sandman, who was one of the main enemies in this game. Like he is like 500 feet tall. He's like full, you know, he's made of sand, and he's like in like on the other end of Manhattan, but like you can hear like cop cars and sirens go by, and everyone's like looking out the windows, like, oh my god, there's this giant Sandman. And Miles was like, Mr. Parker, can you, because they're trying to like both get out so they can get in their suits and go. And Miles is like, Mr. Parker, can you help me? I need to go to the bathroom. And there was like the principal was in there, and he's like, you need the teacher to help you find. He's like, yeah, I don't know what direction it is. Like, and Peter was like, yeah, I'll help you find it. But then they go up to the top of the building, and then they switch into their Spider-Man suits, and then that's when like they both swing, and then as they're in the middle of the swing, you get to start playing as Peter, and then you just see like 500 miles away, you see Sandman just destroying buildings and like I mean, it's like all physics based. I mean, they're like he's like picking up buildings and like throwing them at you, and they're like flying through Manhattan.
Oh my gosh.
And because it has a really big map. It's not all of New York, obviously, but I think it's just Island of Manhattan.
Yeah.
But it's huge. It's a huge map.
Where's the music?
Yeah, we don't have any music in our heads. It's not music you guys can hear because it's copyrighted, but it helps us like get a vibe. We lost the music.
The music.
Come on, producer. Audio mixer. There we go. Thank you.
Autoplay was off.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, we have music in our headphones that kind of give us like a chill vibe so we don't talk like...
We'd be vibing.
Yeah, but you can't hear it because it's copyrighted.
We got the vibes.
Is this Legend of Zelda trap remix?
You've never heard Zelda and Chill before?
No.
Okay, everybody listening, go look up the album Zelda and Chill by Mikkel Lo-Fi.
Yes.
Sick ass album. He made 3 albums.
This is Zelda trap music. Nice.
It's good, dude. It's just lo-fi.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Spider-Man. That was a really cool opening. The new Spider-Man 2.
I was just thinking in my head, like, just like, what if you were the student? And I know probably like as soon as they would leave, they would probably be like, class is dismissed, I guess. But what would happen if it's like, let's say the both of us, like, we were both Spider-Man, we left, did whatever mission,
right,
came back, like, and then Venom just comes out of nowhere, just swings around, and we're just like,
you're like, I forgot
the timing on that.
Can you imagine? Isn't that the pizza?
Yeah,
that's the pizza music. We're listening to the pizza music from Spider-Man 2.
That's funny.
I was getting faster.
Did you plan that, or did that just the next song?
I just did it.
Oh, okay. But yeah, could you imagine like Venom shows up and you're like, I forgot to wipe. I'll be right back. And then you're just gone for like another 30 minutes. And then like Mysterio pops up. And you're like, I'm about to puke. And you're like, okay.
My wife is in labor.
Like, you're a high school student.
Yeah. And sorry, what? Oh gosh.
This music's kind of giving me anxiety.
It's like I'm not going to.
It's like we need to talk faster now.
It just keeps getting faster.
But
anyway, back to the mechanics of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Do you have anything else like you noticed?
Yeah, I know. Well, one, I know the dialogue and like the overall arcing story were kind of lacking.
Yeah.
But they made up for that with like the mechanics, especially for the times. Well, obviously, because it's still mechanics they used in the newer games. Spider-Man music. That's from the movie.
That's from the game.
Oh, from the game. Okay.
This is what I should have been playing.
One of the things that I watched when I was watching this documentary about it, the swinging mechanic was actually, was that one guy. I forgot his name.
The guy.
I
can look him up.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
But they had developed almost the entire game, and they hadn't touched the swinging yet. And so it was still like your swinging was still like it was still like you couldn't rotate out. You just swung just straight.
There wasn't really like a in the second game. There's more when you go up.
Right,
you could do more of a pause, but there's no pause in the first one. It's just
and then
constantly.
and then the second one, like when your web, it just goes like straight up. So you're just like swinging just like in a row. Whereas the second one's physics based. The string actually attaches to a building at different angles.
Oh,
and
apparently this guy posts on Reddit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But anyway, this one guy was like, "Can I take a crack at updating the swinging mechanic?" And they're like, "Sure, the game's you got like a month left."
His name is Jamie Fistrom, and he sounds like a scientist from Futurama.
Nice, Jamie Fistrom. Thank you. But yeah, so he like went home and he had he set up just like the Spider-Man character and then like rows of buildings in like a blank project, and did different methods, and he did that for a few weeks, and then he finally decided to try using raycasting, which I don't fully understand how raycasting works. I just know it casts like invisible light, and then that's where the string goes to the whatever light hits the closest. That's where the string goes to. But that's all like behind the scenes. You can't see it when you play the game. But that's the ones and zeros that's happening. Is it's bouncing invisible light, so it detects what building's the closest.
Yeah,
and then it projects a web that direction. So he did that, and he brought it to the team, and they were like, "Yep."
Yeah, and I think it went all the way up to like he had so many ideas for like, all right, well, here's how the first Spider-Man went. Here's what we're wanting to do for the second one. So it's like, can we do it? And Activision was like, yeah, screen go.
Also, one of the cool things that guy did, or maybe it might not have been him, but he helped work with, was even after they developed that, they still didn't have. Like whenever you swung and you smacked into a building, you kind of just like hit a building and then you just kept swinging. Like, so someone had the idea of adding animations for whenever you get close to a wall, you'll wall run, instead of just smack and then roll.
I totally forgot about that. With the
I don't know who developed that, but that was all that idea was also developed late into the gaming project.
I do kind of remember that now with the first one. Yeah, because like it was basically like everything you touch, basically you just stick to the wall and you have to like bounce off or whatever. But with the second game,
because it would like transport, like it would like, oh, you're on wall, you need to climb up the wall now. It's like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and so for the second game, because you're able to like basically do all kinds of maneuvers as you want, more freely, and that's what really gave there would be some times where like in the storyline, I'm supposed to be going to this destination or something, but I'm just like, nope, I don't really care about the mission right now. I just want to swing for like several hours, and that's what I would do. And
you can get really high too. You get on top of the tallest building. Have you ever go on like the tallest building and then they go all the way down?
I think it was the Empire State Building.
Was it Empire?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was that. And I would go all the way up
to the antenna,
and then
there'd be these little collector's coins you could get up there.
Oh yes. And then you'd fall as far as you could, as far as you were willing to go, and then.
And something they didn't need to add that they added is like aerial tricks where you could do like
you could
flips
just like
and stuff.
Spins and stuff.
And I don't remember what it did. It like charged you up for attacks or something.
It helped like charge your energy bar.
But so your energy bar, and you could like
swing faster.
Slow mo. You had slow mo.
Yeah,
I forgot about slow mo.
Yeah.
Well, and what really got me thinking was like, I mean, now looking back at it, when I was playing them, and I'm like, when you swing and then do whatever tricks or whatever, and I'll be like, why does this seem just so vaguely like familiar? And then I remember watching a video. Some of these developers, way before they did Spider-Man, they did a lot of Tony Hawk stuff. So I was like,
makes sense.
That's why it feels like you're kind of like doing, skating tricks.
You're doing tricks.
But you're way up in the air.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So that's what really caught my attention, because I was like, you're just on like an invisible skateboard up in the air.
If you
like,
close your eyes and you think about what you're doing, it's
you're basically just doing skate maneuvers in the air without a board.
Yeah.
Because I think, Treyarch developed the Tony Hawk games.
I know Activision. No, Neversoft and Activision.
Yeah. Activision owns like
But
Neversoft.
Activision published Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, Activision is Activision
maybe they were
is the
crossing
publisher.
over employees or something.
Yeah. Well, I think Activision owns Treyarch and Neversoft.
I think they do.
Technically, that would be. Wait, who owns Activision? Oh, Microsoft owns Activision now.
I believe both of those companies have been killed by Activision, actually.
Yeah. Well, no, Neversoft came back for.
Came back.
Well, because they re-released Tony Hawk Pro 1 and 2.
That wasn't Neversoft, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Learn something new every day.
Wait, isn't Activision owned by Microsoft? No. Yeah. So who's producing the Spider-Man games? Is it still Activision?
Not entirely.
Who made the second?
Not
I don't know.
sure.
No, I'm confused. I need to look up who.
Yeah.
Grayson, can you Google Spider-Man 2, like the newest Spider-Man 2 game? Who made it?
You got it, Joe.
Because I swear it's Activision, but Activision's owned by Microsoft now. So is there not going to be another Spider-Man game?
Wait. You're asking about the new Spider-Man 2?
Correct. Who published or developed?
Sony. Sony has it now.
Well, Sony published it, but who made it? They didn't develop it.
Oh, it was it's Insomniac Games.
Insomniac.
They made Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, it's Insomniac.
And that's why I'm waiting on a second one.
Yeah,
because
Insomniac.
They're popular for making the Spider-Man games. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who made the original Spider-Man 2? Was that Activision?
That was Activision and
Treyarch. Yeah. Treyarch did.
Activision is making they're in every game ever. And now they make Call of Duty.
They're investors.
But yeah, I think mainly Activision is mainly known for gamers as probably like the Call of Duty games. Yeah.
But they're more of a Call of Duty publisher now because the games are made by Treyarch and Infinity Ward and Raven Software.
Mm.
And they're just published by Activision.
Yeah.
Which the newest Call of Duty games have been slacking, by the way. I'm very disappointed in Modern Warfare 3. I spent $70 on a 3-hour campaign. I have words. I have fighting words with whoever made the decision to make a 3-hour campaign when they're usually 10.
But a lot of AAA games, and now there's quadruple A, I guess.
There's four.
A lot of those are lacking, and I'm playing old games and I'm playing indie games.
Yeah,
and I have some recommendations.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
So this is a little off topic, but it's kind of funny. So they just announced quite a while ago that they're making Black Ops 6, which I only ever played Black Ops 1. I never played 2, 3, 4, 5. But this Black Ops game will be on Game Pass, so it's free. So I might as well play.
That's cool. I'll give it a shot.
And it's the campaign is like CIA in the 90s, so it's like 90s, early 2000s. And it has like actual historical figures in it. But it's on Game Pass, which is fine. Prior to that announcement, for like a year and a half, Activision or Microsoft was at war with the FCC trying to buy Activision. And FCC is like, this is basically a monopoly. Explain in your words why it's not, and we'll see how we feel. And Microsoft eventually was able to buy Activision if the FCC allowed it. So Microsoft is now, or Activision is owned by Microsoft. One of the things that Microsoft themselves said was that we will not increase Game Pass prices after purchasing Activision.
It's $20 right now, and I'm not paying for it.
They literally like a month ago increased Game Pass Ultimate to $20 a month. And not only that, they are only allowing Black Ops 6 to be on certain tiers on Game Pass, the top two. And well, for day one anyway. So they basically put the day one aspect of Game Pass exclusive to like the top two tiers, which is Game Pass Ultimate and Game Pass PC. Which Game Pass Ultimate includes Game Pass PC. But if you don't have an Xbox, you get Game Pass PC. And the FCC is like, didn't you just say you weren't going to do that? You kind of lied to us. And so now the FCC is kind of going back after Microsoft, and they're not happy.
Gosh dang it, Bobby.
Gosh dang it, Bobby. That's not my purse. I don't know you. That's my purse. I don't know you.
It's the CIA, Hank.
So they first announced that Black Ops 6 is coming to Game Pass as like just a blank statement. That was the statement. That's all the information we had. It was coming to Game Pass. Woo. 3 weeks later, we're increasing the prices of Game Pass, and specifically Black Ops 6 will only be on certain tiers. Even if it's the 2 expensive tiers. Now, I'm already paying for Game Pass Ultimate, and I have since like 2015, or since its release. And it's going from like $15.99 or $16.99 to $19.99, which isn't bad, but all the streaming services are doing it. And pretty much almost every streaming service is now like $19.99 a month for like their ad-free, for like HBO and Netflix. And eventually what's going to happen is everyone's going to go back to cable.
Yeah.
They're hurting themselves in the foot by doing that.
Definitely seems that way.
Yeah.
I have seen a trend on YouTube that's been recommended to me, and I haven't been watching any of it, but people going back to like the Xbox 360 or
which they shut down the Xbox
PS3 or whatever. So, yeah. And like honestly, on those old consoles, you can give yourself every free game that's ever been released.
Yeah, because they shut down the they shut down the store.
Yeah, you can go download it and put it on the console.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning that.
And now, right?
I'm just saying you can.
And now they're doing a lot of these stupid like bundle deals. Like you can get like HBO with Disney Plus, with Hulu, with ESPN, with Nat Geo Wild.
Oh yeah, that was like recent. I think
and then Paramount is talking about bundling with Peacock, and it's like what? And it's still like $20 a month, which is fine, but it's like at some point you're just gonna have like the streamer bundle, and it's all of them. It's gonna be Max, it's gonna be Netflix, it's gonna be what I can't think of. Paramount, Peacock,
the mainstream
Apple TV, Shudder.
Yeah.
Tubi's already free. Tubi's pretty dope though.
Honestly, I would enjoy that, just to have everything at once instead of just having multiple accounts, multiple payments for whatever. As long as I find it justifiable when you get bundles for like $19.99 a month. Like if I got like HBO and Netflix for $19.99 a month, like the ad-free tier, great. If Netflix by itself is $19.99 a month ad-free, no. Give me like 2 full streaming services, like Disney and Hulu. Disney and Hulu bundle ad-free is, I think, it's not even $19.99 a month right now. I think it's like $17 so far. But that's two full categories of content. Granted, Disney owns Hulu, so really it's just one. But you just get it in 2 different formats. Yeah. Yeah. Also, like really quick, like just a rant because of like what
I have fighting
just what got me really irritated was for so long I pay for YouTube Premium, and what I noticed was like on my phone I would just renew the membership and whatever. But the renewal was like $18.99. And then I found out if you go to just the YouTube, like on your computer and renew it, it's like $14 or $15.
You want to know what that is? I have an answer for you.
Why?
It's because of Apple. Are you doing it through the Apple? The Apple?
Yes, because I have an iPhone.
Apple adds fees for developers.
That makes sense. Like I didn't notice for so long until I saw like I think it was like a YouTube short. I think actually just explaining about that.
That's why if you ever see like your bill statement for whatever card you're using, it'll just say Apple.com. $19.99. I won't tell you what it is, but that's the streaming service you're paying for, and then Apple is adding an Apple fee to it. If you're on Android, it would only be $14.99 a month.
Sorry for the Apple people.
Yeah, so. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99.100% sure that Apple will add like Apple fees.
Yeah, that does.
When you are subscribing through Apple Pay or Apple the App Store.
Yeah, for
streaming. Android doesn't do that. Everyone just switches to Android. I'm just like, okay, love you, bye.
Anyway, but
okay, love you, bye.
All right, well, I think that's probably as much as I got. So
to sum everything up, the original Spider-Man, great, has some great mechanics. Solid choice. We should all play it. I wish they would release it on Xbox, but I'm not too happy with Xbox. But I've been an Xbox fanboy since 2001 when the original came out.
I'm disappointed with Xbox, Bungie, pretty much everybody.
Yeah. And I really wish, I really wish that Bungie would have taken the IP away from Microsoft. I wish they would have. I know they were done. They were done with making Halo. But
Bungie
you should have kept the IP just in case you had
Bungie was changing, dude.
I know.
And it wasn't good.
And now Bungie's owned by Sony.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by it. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm living in the past. I'm about to do a mod build, and maybe we could do this on camera or something, but I'm gonna go get like an old 6th gen iPod, and I'm gonna mod it to run different software. I'm gonna put Bluetooth in it, big storage, big battery, and I'm gonna put high quality WAV files on it, and that's gonna be my new audio thing. And I'm just done with Spotify, and I've got a crap ton of CDs.
Yep.
And I need to do something with them because I've got a lot of good music and nothing to play it.
You can burn them on a laptop or desktop, whatever you have.
Laptop.
Rip them.
Laptop. So. Yeah, see, I've been recently playing, I started it, I haven't gotten back to it. But every once in a while, I'll get in the mood to replay Fable 2, which I wish they would remaster. Please, because it's so great. I was playing it a few days ago. I can't remember when. Just for a few seconds. But
Reagan was playing that one too.
Huh?
Reagan was playing that one too.
And that and Bully. I re-downloaded Bully from Steam.
Most definitely.
I haven't played it yet, but I downloaded it. You know what kind of upsets me? Makes me sad. There's not a lot of mods for Bully. It doesn't have a very big modding community. Even like they have like a few like 4K enhancement ones, but like anything besides that, there really isn't a big modding community for Bully 2. For Bully. Which makes sense. It's like my favorite game of all time.
I didn't really think about that.
Yeah, if you just like Google like Bully mods, you can find like 4.
Yeah, a few.
Even like there's not even like you would think like adding like clothes, because you can like in the normal game you can go to like the school store and like you can buy like different gear and stuff. People don't even make like gear, like shirts, like funny shirts or just cool shirts or like modern shirts for that game. Sad. Very, very sad.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places.
And I am excited for the new Fable game, though. They're making a new Fable game.
Oh, that would be fun.
Made by Playground Games for some reason. I don't know why Microsoft decided to do that, because Playground Games makes Forza. Why are they making a fantasy game? Dude, do you like on the racing engine? Can I like hop in a Ferrari in the 1700s?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's Playground Games who makes all the Forza games, at least Forza Horizon. They got tasked with making the new Fable game. Because Microsoft, decision. Which is funny, because Microsoft bought Lionhead Studios, who made the original Fable trilogy, and then like after the third one came out years ago, they just like, okay, we're just gonna shut you down. Like,
yep, pretty much.
You should have brought them back to make Fable. That would have been cool.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Yeah.
Don't run. Accept your fate.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Because a lot of the developers, whenever they shut down a studio, most of the time, a majority of those developers will just get hired on at other studios owned by Microsoft. That's what they did for like Bungie. Joseph Staten worked for Microsoft for a little bit to help develop Halo Infinite.
Yeah, after he left Bungie.
Yeah,
but what's he joined after he left 343?
Yeah.
No. What did he join after he left 343?
Oh, no, he's the head of gaming at Netflix.
Oh, Oh, yeah.
Because Netflix is trying to do like a mobile game thing, so he's the head of gaming. No, God no. But yeah, so Joseph Staten, who was like the creator of everything of Halo, not really creator, but he's like one of the geniuses of Halo. He left Bungie during the development of like Destiny 2. Got hired on by Microsoft to help with the development of Halo Infinite, which is owned by 343. So he was more like a creative consultant on 343. He wasn't actually like hired on. He was just like, hey, you created the original Halo trilogy. Like all the campaign missions were created by you.
Oh, I have a weird thing about Joe Staten. Have you played ReCore?
Never heard of that game.
It's the first game he made after leaving Bungie.
Oh, like solo development?
Yeah, no, not solo. I think it might have been indie, or maybe it was just some like small studio I didn't know about.
Never heard of it.
It's an interesting game. The concept art is beautiful.
Nice.
But it plays like a 2003 adventure game, like something you'd play on Xbox, like way back in the day, dystopian desert, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. We should play it sometime. I've got it on Xbox One.
Nice.
I would like to talk about that and what's up with Joseph Staten sometime.
Yeah, I don't know why he decided to join Netflix Gaming. I don't see Netflix having a very good... It's like when Amazon has Amazon Luna, which is their gaming, like their Epic Game Store.
Oh, yeah.
I forget it exists 99.9% of the time.
I totally forgot about it, too.
But Amazon is $1 trillion company, so they can just keep it running and accept the loss, because I can't imagine many people download games from Amazon Luna.
Yeah. They can do whatever they want.
Right. So I wish Joseph Staten would... I wish they would put Joseph as the head of 343 for Halo.
Bungie.
Or Bungie.
Bungie...
Yeah, but Bungie
I don't know.
does Destiny
Bungie might
2.
be too far gone now.
They are. They only do Destiny 2. Do you know how many... Look up how many DLCs they have for Destiny 2.
I believe they have fired every original member.
Yeah, no one from the Halo era of Bungie works at Bungie. Yeah. But seriously, Google how many DLCs they have for Destiny 2.
That's a good question.
It's literally like 250.
I never got to the first DLC because I wanted to play a single player campaign and I had to pay for Xbox Live to play it.
Yeah.
And then I never finished the main story or the first whatever.
Yeah, but
in either of the Bungie.
I legitimately want to know how many DLCs they have for Destiny 2, because each DLC itself is like $60.
It's insane.
Because Destiny 2 is free, but the DLCs are like $60.
It's crazy.
Destiny 2 has 6 DLCs.
They have more than
that. Are you positive? No, Destiny 1's over.
Yeah, Destiny. They don't make Destiny 1 anymore. Destiny. What are they have like 1 billion DLCs, I swear.
Maybe you're talking. Maybe it's like content updates.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But there's a lot.
I don't know.
Just
I'm
keep
looking
pushing. They just keep
60.
Yeah.
And you can bundle them all for $40. But honestly,
there's
original.
60? You said there's 60.
No. There's 6 DLCs for $40 each, or for the bundle.
Yeah.
But probably when they released was $60 each.
Yeah. I guess where there was like 1 billion DLCs.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Bungie's just gonna do Destiny 2 content till they die.
I don't know, man. Although, actually, a few years ago, I was looking up what Bungie's next game was, and they said they're going to take a break from Destiny.
Thank God.
And I can't remember what the term they copyrighted for.
Like the game title.
It was a work in progress title.
Yeah.
So it was like a code name.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be a new marathon game, which looks like a Halo 2 multiplayer matchmaking shooter.
Yeah. Interesting.
I don't know much about it. I've played the original marathon. Mm-hmm. It's a little dated and kind of hurts your eyes, but
yeah.
I don't know what to think of it, and I don't expect it to be great, but I'm interested that it's marathon.
Right, yeah. Because that was before Halo 1, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
That was the game they released before Halo 1. Anyway,
alrighty.
I think we're done talking about Spider-Man and other games. I mean, we can go for like another 5 hours. I've got a lot of game knowledge.
Oh, gosh.
Top
one more
40
song.
best games. No, I'm just kidding. Huh?
One more song.
Yes.
What were you saying?
Okay.
No, I was just gonna say we could go for like another 5 hours talking about video games. I could come up with content.
We got so off track with the Joe Staten stuff.
Yeah. But Spider-Man 2, original Spider-Man 2, revolutionized a lot of really cool techniques that are still used in current Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
That I wish they would release for Xbox. Please.
A lot of games don't really hold up as much to as originals.
No,
when they
very rarely. New
teams kind of just have new ideas, new paths to take, but some of them they still kind of keep some of the same old members. So it's some of the newer games that come out, they still hold true to, and that just makes them great. Yeah. So and Spider-Man 2.
Like Spider-Man 2, Fable 2, and other ones. Bully is a great game. Definitely should play it.
One just popped in my head, like some of the really quick Lego games.
We should talk about the Lego game. There's so many Lego games. There's like 6.
There's like a million.
Dude, let's talk about Lego games.
I love the Harry Potter Lego games. I have.
I liked the. Everyone played the Star Wars ones, but I liked the Indiana Jones ones.
Never played those. I never played the Marvel ones either.
I didn't play those.
I didn't care for the Lego Marvel.
There was a Batman Villains one where you could play like Joker.
That's cool.
And all the
DC would be cool.
Yeah, I mainly played the Batman one, the first Lego Batman that came out during that time on the PS2.
You know what's funny about Batman, real quick? There's a museum, I can't remember where, but there's a museum that has cowls from all of the Batman movies, like screen used cowls from the Michael Keaton all the way to.
You mean the masks?
The full cowl mask.
You say cowl, I think of car parts.
Oh, cowl. Yeah, that's what it's called. But it has all of them screen used versions of every single movie. And then like you look at all of them and they're all in like glass cases, and then there's like one that's like half the size and it's just the Lego head. Because all the Lego movies I don't think they're stop motion. I think they're just all CGI.
They're not, but they might have modeled it with a real life model. Or
it
or
is
maybe just to be funny.
It is the real life. That's the Batman in the Lego Batman movie is the Batman model you can get. Is the same head. So they just have an actual Lego head for the Lego Batman, and then it's like tiny head, and then it's like rubber pads. And it's like okay.
Oh my gosh!
But I saw that on TikTok somewhere. I'll have to find it.
Well, I think that'll do it for today.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember the outro?
You changed it, and I don't.
It's just drink coffee in moderation.
Yeah. So, remember, folks, drink coffee, water, soda, alcohol. Drink everything in moderation. Every liquid substance,
including drugs.
Don't do drugs. Yeah, 0. All of these drinks can harm you if you have too much, including water. And don't take internet content at face value. Do your research. Not everything you see on Google is just true. Okay? Yeah. The flying spaghetti monster does not actually exist.
Thanks for coming to our TED Talk.
Yeah, TED Talk.
Alrighty. We will see you guys later.
Peace. Well, I drink 10. Peace. And scene. Spider-Man whip.